you've been getting messages from heaven. Okay. But let me just show you this. So something keeps coming through about like, don't, like feeling like not sure who to trust, and if things are going on behind your back or talking. So what came through really strong was, don't absorb other people's negativity. Choose wisely what you give your attention to, and we're going to get into some pretty deep stuff that's coming through about patterns and recognizing patterns. No, okay. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. So we will do a love spread, but let me just share this before, in case I get off and don't go back to it. So one of the things that I feel like is going on or needs to be said is I don't know if you want to say as strong as the word triggered, but there's something about seeing and recognizing things that kind of set you off, like put you in a slump or make you feel a certain way, and trying to get from like that, where there's so much focus on what other people are doing or not doing or treating us fairly, but if we can redirect that into recognizing patterns in ourselves, like, well, maybe I have these bad moments, these bad days when I'm kind of aimlessly going through the day and I don't have a schedule or I don't have a routine. Maybe that is kind of seems to coincide with the days that I feel sensitive or I feel beat down or I feel, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that's the deal, just recognize patterns, okay? Something about that. And choose wisely what you join in on. So here we have the Four of Wands. This is, 1111. It's foundations, it's family, it's a strong foundation. So I feel like there's some energy, a lot of family stuff or gatherings going on, but just be careful what you join in on. Like this, there's gossip. Be careful about what you're giving your energy to. Like, don't join in. Okay, I'm just going to say it. It feels like there's some dynamic where somebody is almost knowing that you'll try harder if there's a little bit of a stab or a cut or an insult, something like that. I'm sorry for those of you. Maybe I need to do a timestamp for those of you who don't want to hear this. But there's some sort of warning like that. Like, don't absorb other people's sadness. Don't absorb other people's, trauma just because you're around it. Try not to absorb that or take that on. In a let it get to you way or let it bring you down. Don't join in on things that just because you don't want to be standing off by yourself. Something like that, okay? So this is, be careful. This is foundation. Also, it looks like solar plexus chakra is going to be somehow important, and we'll read that at the end, but this is the power. It's like we all have two sides of us or multiple parts of us. It's, when we say, part of me wants to, just walk away or tell them to, blank off. And part of me wants to be included. Something like that, okay? All right, so if you're still with me, thank you. That was a bit much. Okay, so, yeah, just don't fall into, other people's toxic behavior because it's in front of you or because it's, it's because you just don't want to be the odd man out, something like that. So look, there it is again. Happy wife, happy life, going along with it. But this is beautiful. This is Ten of Pentacles. So maybe you guys have some. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys are going to get a freaky reading like Sagittarius did, I think. Four of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Doesn't get much more family and foundation than that. So remember to focus and stay on your don't settle for a shaky foundation. Stay true to who you are, okay? Four of Wands. Also had Queen of Pentacles in my mind, so there could be a grandmother or mother dynamic going on here. But Four of Wands, 1111 again. And then the Ten of Pentacles. That's pretty freaking insane. So let's get into your reading. Wow. Let's get into your reading. How are you? Hope you're well. Hope you guys are praying for yourselves and each other, joining me. I love to hear where you're watching from. I love when you guys support each other in the comments. I love to read your comments. And if you're praying for each other, I pray with you, pray for you. I pray for you guys every day. So hope you guys are joining me on that. There's some sort of vibe here about feeling, like you have to be a certain way or act a certain way to fit in. When that happens, try and go into your breath, good inside your body. You got to try to, it's so hard to explain this stuff in just little clips, but that's what I feel like's going on. But let's look at what's, okay, my gosh. Did y'all see that? I put that back. So Ace of Cups, new love. Wow. There's some sort of burden about it, though. See this vibe of... This also kind of feels like love bursting out of you, like heart chakra. And we do have the solar plexus chakra. We need to look into that a little bit. But Five of Swords, that's conflict. It's battle. And I feel like you may feel like the odd man out. But that's okay. That's actually better. Distance... It's just something about that I want to remind you guys about. Don't give more than you're being given to. Don't go towards something that is pulling away from you or that is not feeding you. Pull back from that. You'll gain respect that way. Something like that, okay? Oh my gosh, there's that same card again. Wow. Four of Pentacles, so feeling protected, guarding yourself, guarding your heart. This is a deep reading. There's the devil again. Jeez. Okay, so leaving a difficult, toxic situation. That's exactly what we've been talking about. This is your energy up here. Knight of Swords, leaving a difficult, toxic situation that is holding on to you. Obsessed, maybe. Speaking your truth, stability. This is the Page of Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Whatever this is, you're standing up for yourself, or just even if it's just not engaging, it's going to reward you. You might even get an apology. I've got two indications of a feeling like an apology. This is kind of crazy. But look at the bottom of the deck, Two of Wands. It's a decision, which way. So not sure what to do, how to handle. So I feel like, Scorpio, I feel like you're sucked into or you've been part of a toxic dynamic. And it's just now really coming to where you just can't do it anymore. Or you don't have to have it all figured out at once, right? Just that you're acknowledging and realizing how it's not healthy for you is a step. So you don't have to knee-jerk, is I guess what I'm saying. But there's a decision that you want to make, but you're afraid of being left out in the cold. Maybe trying to figure out how to handle it the right way. That was bottom of the deck, by the way. Queen of Wands. This is gonna feed you, and you're gonna grow. Wow. It looks like somebody is obsessed with holding on to you. And I keep feeling this push-pull. Remember in the beginning when I said it seems like somebody knows what they're doing. They know that if they exclude you a little bit, or they use silent treatment, or they and then quiet when you walk around, they know you'll try harder. There's some sort of manipulation here. And I think you're at least at the step of recognizing it and staying away from it. See, this face is turned away from that. And it's almost like, now I'm just going to speak what's truth. So there's things you can ask yourself before you speak. in front of anyone, when there's somebody listening. And you can do this with your self-talk too. Is it true? Is it helpful? Does it raise? Is it uplift? Right? So I feel like you're having to be careful not to get sucked into other people's drama, and that might be a little tool you can use. Choose who you put your energy into. This is control. This is self-control, and it's like impulse control. Be wise about it, right? Because it came out here. Like, be wise with who you trust. Don't get sucked into this. Step one is recognizing it. That's, I think, where you are. It's going to get easier because once you start seeing toxic behavior, if somebody said to me once you get gaslit, it's hard to get gaslit again. Or you wreck because you become to where you're like, oh my gosh. And then you recognize it. And then you could go through a phase where you're like, geez, everybody doing it, but it's still growth. You may be a pioneer. You may be a warrior, a pioneer on the forefront of not letting that kind of energy, penetrate you and your spirit and your soul. But what you've got is passion, and it looks like maybe an apology. But don't sink into whatever this toxic energy is. Look at that 10 of Cups. Because why? You don't want to be in a situation that's toxic. I mean, you free yourself, because that way you can open your space and energy up to be in a 2 of Cups. 2 people who love each other, 2 people who give, 2 people who see eye to eye. Also, the thing about relationships is, a lot of the problem comes in when we expect to be dealing with someone's higher self. Like, if you know that everybody has different parts to them, and you don't, you kind of gotta you don't want to judge their higher self as if that's compatible for you. You want to judge their lower self if that's compatible for you. Right? Does that make sense? Alright. Yeah, I think you're freeing yourself, though. See, everything says, I'm freeing myself of toxic behavior. See that Judgment card? Alright, so the situation, let's just do a couple love questions. If we're talking about love, oh my gosh, look at this. The same cards keep coming out. The Page of Wands, she's freeing herself. Ooh. And a lot of it may be from, a family situation, or you can free yourself from just the toxic part and not partake. And the toxic part is pulling back when that kind of stuff is going on, not engaging, and you will gain respect from it. You don't have to say it. You don't have to... Oh my gosh. 4 of Wands again. This is freaking crazy. Okay, so the person on your mind right now, they want a second chance. So this entire story may have to do with you elevating and not buying into or falling into traps with people. And I'm telling you, it's so freaking weird, because once I figured some things out, it's like I had 3 people come at me that did the same thing. They were like, love bomb, love bomb, love bomb. And I wanted to believe it again, and it's like you can't unsee it once you see it, But this is somebody wanting a second chance. Judgment, freeing yourself. You free yourself and watch what happens. You're not going to partake. The Wheel of Fortune. Let me pull a couple cards on money, because we do have some strong money stuff going on. So I want to say this is not a really in-depth, detailed reading, but detailed in certain, just for love. But I think this is something that is, maybe write down some of these key points, because I feel like this is something that will be very beneficial. When I was prepping for your reading, and the only reason I didn't do a full 2023 reading was because when I do it like that, after the other signs didn't get that, then I get complaints and people, upset. So I try to do it in a set. But this felt like these are tips and tools that are going to help carry you into having a really strong, stable 2023. Now, my readings are timeless, so it's going to, hopefully, should, work for you or reach you at the right time. There's just also a need to say, don't be defensive or I don't know, there's some strong love. Okay, I think I need to ask another question on that. Yeah, so there's going to be some sort of communication and recognition. Exactly. People are going to see that you change. There is a... Oh my God. People are going to see that you stand up for yourself, okay? And it's going to change a lot of things for you. But you might go through a little adjustment period where it's tough because you start seeing everybody's toxic behavior. And if they're not open to it, you don't have to share it. Just be aware of it. Just you work on you. You see start watching for your patterns. Start watching for your patterns when you're upset, when you have a bad day. What was different about this day? What happened this day? Sometimes it's just from not having a routine and wandering aimlessly because you have all these things in your head that you know you want to do or that you should do or that are swimming around. Sometimes it's a matter of just writing things down. Sometimes it's a meditation. It's very hard to be a depressed, sad person if you meditate regularly. I am just going to say it. All right, we're going to do some box breathing here in a moment. But here's self-love. Everything keeps going back to you, working on you. It does look like you have a lot of financial and love opportunities coming in. But this is so self-love. Ace of Cups. So strong new love. You got some sort of strong new love beginning, but because it's not really focusing on that, I feel like the focus is leading us to working on you. Let me teach you a box breathing. First, I want to read you the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is located between them, and we're going to do a box breathing focused on opening the chakra. It's going to help change some chemistry. I don't know exactly how to say it, but we're going to do a tiny little meditation. It's just a sample of meditations that can be very beneficial to you, okay? But I'm just going to teach you how to do it so you guys can do it because I don't have the videos done yet or uploaded yet onto the other channel, all right? So the solar plexus chakra is located between the navel area, just below the rib cage. It represents, how interesting, it represents power. Vitality, willpower, self-esteem, and confidence. The energy center where your emotions and feelings are recorded. This chakra is associated with clairsentience and inner feeling, which is the major psychic reception area. To balance the chakra, you may want to try yoga, dance, or movement, or breath work with color. In addition, be aware of people who drain your energy. Workshops and classes that focus on empowerment will help open and harmonize this area. We're going to do a meditation real quick, so you guys just take a couple of, deep breaths. It's always, I shouldn't say always. Okay, also, just a real quick tip. Words like always, never, try to avoid those words, because they're dramatic, and they're not usually true, See there, I kind of said they're never true. See the difference? They're not usually true, always and never. They're not usually true if you start catching yourself, right? And they're used often in toxic arguments. All right, so take some deep breaths. I like for you guys to try and exhale slower than your inhale if you can, but we're not going to stress on it or everything. Nothing is absolutely, has to be perfect. So we're going to take some deep breaths. So go ahead. And what we're going to do, I guess I'll just hold this card here, but I just want you to get a visual of it and then close your eyes, okay? So we're going to inhale on the count of 4, and I want you to visualize a yellow box. As you inhale for 4, you're going to inhale and you're going to like visually draw this line up this side, okay? And then you're going to hold for 4, and you're going to draw the line here. You're going to exhale for 4, and then you're going to hold for 4. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Ready? I'm going to guide you. Okay, so go ahead and take a deep inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. So that's just what's called box breathing. This is a rectangle, I know, but you can visualize a yellow box. Yellow because we got the solar plexus chakra card, okay? But you can visualize any color you want, or whatever color if there's chakras you need to open. Green is always good for heart and love. I feel like when my heart chakra is open, everything else flows, like just when you feel that kind of love illuminating from you, you know? All right, and then I'm also going to teach you guys the physiological sigh. So what it is that inhale through your nose if you can. There's no exact right or wrong, but I prefer you inhale through your nose. So you inhale through your nose deeply, and then at the end of that first inhale, you do a second one. You just grab in a little bit more air, and then you exhale slowly through your mouth. So it goes like this. So you just do a couple of those. Inhale deep through your nose, then a short last one to get that little bit of air, and then you exhale slowly. So exhale through your mouth forcefully to try and get all the breath out. Okay? All right. I love you, Scorpio. Let me know how this helped and how